Greetings on this Tuesday, July 1st. This is Kevin Jefferson with Trade Theory for this week, the week of July 1st, 2025. This is the Bitcoin chart. Getting back to it from the previous analysis on the daily, I want to spread this out and show kind of what's happened since we last discussed it. So price has, it closed below at the bearish area of interest that I mentioned. Price pulled back up into this area, hit the reset point that I established on June 24th of 2025, and now it's starting to pull back off of that reset point. So what I see here is maybe over the next 2 to 5 days, price may try to retest this reset point, but I would definitely have been a buyer about a day ago on, I'm sorry, a seller about a day ago on Bitcoin. And so at this point, I'm looking, I don't have a position on here, but if I was looking to take a trade or a position on this, I'd be looking to sell Bitcoin and look to have price move down at least to the 98,456.46 area. So definitely thinking bearishness on Bitcoin. I could be incorrect because I haven't gone deep with the analysis, but from where I see now, I'd be expecting price after maybe 2 to 5 days of potential pullback from this downward movement, looking to try to establish a higher price. I think that price will fail and it will continue lower. So we will watch that, but I'm bearish on Bitcoin right now officially. All right, let's go to WTI crude here real quick and see what crude has done over the last week or so as well. Okay, and I talked about this last week where we did discuss that the price would pull back significantly, or I expected it to. And so it got up to this area of resistance, didn't quite reach it. Price rejected. This is all when all the news happened internationally. And price is almost at this downside area of interest that I put out here on the 18th of June. So what I'm looking for here is for price to pull back. It may not go this high. That might have been off of this high, actually. That might have been that 1 hour pullback off the long. But price is down here, and I'm looking for a pullback, maybe up to this weekly pullback point, and then I'm trying to observe for a possible continuation lower. So right now we're waiting on the kind of similar to Bitcoin, maybe 2 to 5 days of upward attempts to increase price, and then we'll watch it there. And I'm just this is a different kind of video because I'm going to give a little conjecture here because I haven't gone deep into it, but what I kind of want to throw out there and show you what I'm thinking may happen is price pulling back and then continuing shorter on WTI crude. Now, obviously next week, once we get back to this point next Tuesday or whenever I put out the next video, I may go deeper with analysis based on what happened with price. But from where I see, I'm sharing what I anticipate or my hypothesis would be for this particular asset right now. So a pullback and a potential continuation short for WTI crude. Now moving on to gold. What we have is gold is stepped back. It actually reset where I mentioned price will possibly reset here back on the 24th. It hit that reset point, and now I would be a buyer of gold today. And actually, yeah, at the end of the day, I'd definitely be a buyer of gold. And probably a day or so ago, I would have gotten into it and expecting price to get at least up to the 34.22 area before having to think about anything with that. So I'm bullish on gold. And let's go with the indices. Now, these have been interesting because they have continued to show out. Now, there's thin volume on these, but they are continuing higher, and that is all to the good. Now, that's basically setting it up for their move to be over the next 2 to 5 days to be downward. So we're looking for pullbacks off of these highs, off of the Dow Jones. So I'm expecting over the next week or so for price to pull back and it'll be some depression in prices. Don't know exactly where to pull back to yet because this bull run has not completed yet. But once we see some stall out, definitely look for price to pull back off of these highs by probably 500 to 1,000 points at least. Okay, NASDAQ 100, same thing. It pushed through that got reset and price pushed through that higher high. Price is starting to pull back here, so now it's kind of leading the pullback on price over the next 2 to 5 days, where we expect price to come back down maybe to 21,978, so maybe 500 or 600 pips of pullback. 500 to 600 points of pullback on the NASDAQ over the coming week or so. All right, and then wrapping it up with the S&P 500, what we have is prices continue higher. It's hit that loose target extension point that I mentioned. It's kind of hovering above there, and I wouldn't be surprised if price starts to pull back off of there as well, and possibly maybe a one-day pullback, or if it's a multi-day pullback like I anticipate, that we'll give up about 200 pips, 200 points of gains off of the S&P over the coming week. So that's basically what we've got here. We've got Bitcoin set up to go short, WTI crude set up to go short, gold set to go long, and then the indices set to pull back, which means they will be bearish probably, or look or seem bearish over the next 2 to 5 days, and then we'll assess and see if it wants to continue higher, or if price will break down and start a bearish move. So that's what we've got here. You can see it happening, and everything's playing out pretty well. I hope you've had a successful trading and or asset placement last couple of months with these trade theory videos, and I hope I can continue to be of service to you. And until next time, enjoy the day and happy trading.